Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Steph, and today I am checking out Psycho. This is the second movie in what I have decided to call officially spooky season. I think I might have mentioned that in my last video or referred to it that way on my Patreon, but somewhere anyways I've said that, so it's officially spooky season. So today, checking out Psycho, I think that this was made by Alfred Hitchcock, and I do know that it was made in 1960. Which is interesting because assuming it's black and white, I do have quite a fondness for those myself. One of my all-time favorite movies is Gilda, which was made in 1946, I believe. Mid-40s anyways. So while this is a decade and a half later, it'll be interesting to see what a scary movie looks like in this time. So without further ado, let's check out Psycho.
The last time.
Yeah. For what?
For this. Meeting you in secret so we can be secretive.
What do we do instead? Write each other lurid love letters?
Why was that surprisingly intimate?
Oh, we can see each other. We can even have dinner in my house with my mother's picture on the mantle and my sister helping me broil a big steak for 3.
And after the steak, did we send sister to the movies, turn mama's picture to the wall?
Sam.
Marion, whenever it's possible, I want to see you. And under any circumstances, even respectability.
You're
But
so
if I can
cute.
see you and touch you even as simply as this, I won't mind.
Ugh.
I sweat to pay off my father's debts and he's in his grave. I sweat to pay my ex-wife alimony and she's living on the other side of the world somewhere.
I haven't even been married once yet.
Yeah, but when you do, you'll swing.
Oh, Sam, let's get married.
I feel like when he says when you get married and doesn't suggest it's him, that's not a good sign.
Live with me in a storeroom behind a hardware store in Fairvale. Tell you what, when I send my ex-wife her alimony, you can lick the stamps.
I'll lick the stamps.
That is so perverted. God. Oh, Lord.
Don't miss your plane.
Hey, we can leave together, can't we?
I'm late, and you have to put your shoes on.
I'm struggling because I just read a historical romance set in like the Regency era. So I keep thinking how inappropriate that this is happening, but it's not.
You got a headache?
Oh, it'll pass. Headaches are like resolutions. You forget them as soon as they stop hurting.
I've got something, not aspirin. My mother's doctor gave them to me the day of my wedding. Teddy was furious when he found out I'd taken tranquilizers.
Oh my God, for your wedding?
Tomorrow's the day, my sweet little girl. Oh, not you. My daughter, a baby.
Ew, he's gross.
18 years old, and she never had an unhappy day in any one of those years. Do you know what I do about unhappiness? I buy it off. Are you unhappy?
Ew, that's disgusting.
I'm buying this house for my baby's wedding present. $40,000 cash. Never carry more than I
my
can
God.
afford to lose.
I declare.
I don't. That's how I get to keep it.
Oh my God.
Where's that bottle you said was in your desk? Oh. Sometimes I can keep my mouth shut.
He's got sleaze bag written all over him. Although he's not being very quiet about it.
I don't even want it in the office over the weekend. Put it in the safe deposit box in the bank. We'll get him to give us a check on Monday instead.
He was flirting with you. I guess he must have noticed my wedding ring.
Couldn't possibly be that he might just like the other girl more. He doesn't strike me as the type that would care if she were married or not.
Mr. Lowry, if you don't mind, I'd like to go right on home after the bank.
Of course. Do you feel ill?
Just a headache. I'm going to spend this weekend in bed. Thank you.
I was waiting for some dirty comment after that.
I guess I'll go put this money in the bank, then go home and sleep it off.
Suspicious. Is this where the problem or scary moments are going to start? I love her whole lingerie set, like here and at the beginning. I love all the vintage stuff. So she didn't deposit the money. Oh, is she going to up and leave? Or is she going to take it to Sam to pay off the debts and then they can be together? I'm getting really ahead of myself here. Because if she loves him so much she wants to marry him, this could be their out to a new life. Think long and hard about that choice. Suspicion. don't know if that would give me concern necessarily. Unless you're supposed to be home a long time ago, I guess that's possible.
Is anything wrong?
Of course not. Am I acting as if there's something wrong?
Just trying to rush too much.
May I see your license?
Why?
Please.
Let me hide the cash so that doesn't look suspicious. How long is he gonna follow her for? I love that skirt too. She need to change the plates or get a new car. I didn't have expectations at all, but I didn't think that this was going to start off with her running away from stealing money. Ugh. That, like, I know he's a cop, but it would freak me out if someone's just, cop or not, feels like they're following you around.
Can I trade my car in and take another?
Do anything you've a mind to. Well, why don't you have a look around here and see if there's something to strike your eyes?
I'm in a hurry, and I just want to make a change.
Yeah, now there's not really much of a point of her switching it because the cop will just see her new license plate.
Is somebody chasing you?
Of course not.
Your car plus $700?
700.
You always got time to argue money, huh?
All right.
I mean, I try to get a little bit off. I guess that is rather unusual to not try to at least barter for price if you're not going to take some time to think on it. That makes sense. Imagine her just pulling this out of her bag and here's like, was it $40,000? Just peeling off 7.
I might as well be perfectly honest with you, ma'am. It's not that I don't trust you, but...
But what?
I don't trust you. She's drawing so much more attention than need be. It's pretty clear at least subtlety isn't quite her thing.
I did see her sometime later driving. I think you'd better come over here to my office, quick.
I love the lighting on her face in those shots compared to the rest of her.
Well, I ain't about to kiss off $40,000. I'll get it back, and if any of it's missing, I'll replace it with her fine, soft flesh. Hot creeper, she sat there while I dumped it out. Hardly even looked at it. Planning, and even...
I love her smirk. Flirting with you, please. You're disgusting. I've been in rain like that before, and I did just pull over like right away. This is not worth to be dramatic death. So, Bates Motel. Why does that sound familiar? I'm impressed they even put water on her. Movies today, it's like they're filming and they just put an umbrella standing over like the actors talking, and there's just no water going on them. So this is pretty cool.
They moved away the highway.
Oh, I thought I'd gotten off the main road.
I knew you must have. Nobody ever stops here anymore unless they've done that.
I don't like the way he picked that.
Well, the mattress is soft, and the over there.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
Should probably leave the room.
Thank you, Mr. Bates.
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates. Why is that ringing a bell?
Would you have dinner with me? I was just about to myself. You know, nothing special, just sandwiches and milk, but I'd like it very much if you'd come up to the house.
No.
I'd like to.
All right, you get yourself settled, and I'll be back as soon as it's ready.
That would be a hard no. If not just because he's acting strange in his approach to her. Yeah, it's a little less obvious than a white envelope.
Go tell her she'll not be appeasing her ugly appetite with my food, or my son. Or do I have to tell her because you don't have the guts? Huh, boy?
No, she sounds awful.
Shut up! Shut up!
I'd still at least put the newspaper in the drawer or something. I wouldn't just leave it like out in the open.
My mother, what is the phrase? She isn't quite herself today.
But as long as you're fixed to supper, we may as well eat it.
I don't know. Maybe I listen to many crime podcasts.
It might be nicer and warmer in the office.
I mean, if I were going to, I would definitely opt for the office over having him in my room. But I wonder what his reaction was about.
You eat like a bird.
You'd know, of course.
I don't really know anything about birds. My hobby is stuffing things. You know, taxidermy.
Oh, no.
Just rather stuff birds because I hate the look of beasts when they're stuffed.
But I feel like this is gonna go to people or something.
Do you go out with friends?
Doesn't have any.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
What? A boy's best friend is his mother.
We're all in our private traps, and none of us can ever get out. We scratch and claw, but only at the air, only at each other.
Sometimes we deliberately step into those traps.
I was born in mine. I don't mind it anymore.
Oh, but you should.
His trap being his mom?
I feel I'd like to go up there and curse her and leave her forever.
Why won't he leave her?
She had to raise me all by herself after my father died. I was only 5, and it must have been quite a strain for her.
Mentally, I guess? Is that what he means?
A few years ago, Mother met this man. He could have talked her into anything. When he died, too, it was just too great a shock for her. And the way he died.
Did he kill him?
Well, a son is a poor substitute for a lover.
Some weird language to use just when you're talking about your mom.
I hate what she's become. I hate the illness.
Wouldn't it be better if you put her someplace?
Like professional help?
You mean an institution? People always call a madhouse someplace, don't they?
I didn't mean it to sound uncaring.
What do you know about caring?
God, his delivery is disturbing.
It's not as if she were a maniac, a raving thing. She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
I wonder if she actually is, or he's projecting something onto his mom? Oh, don't have like a hole in the wall or some gross shit, please. He's looking like the type that would. Or is he just gonna listen to her? Oh, it is a hole, isn't it? Oh, God. Nightmare. Guess that's why he picked this room specifically. Are we gonna get to see his mother? Which is also weird that he calls her mother. That's odd to me, but... Oh no. Oh God! It has to be him, right? What? But she's our main character! So this has to be Mother then, right? Oh, she's just gonna stay like that. So Mother does not like this woman who's just staying at their motel? Or is it because her son was spending time with her? Oh, I liked her. This is a bummer. A disturbing shot. He has to play cleanup. I wonder if this is the first time this has happened, or when he said she's gone mad, if maybe this is a regular occurrence, semi-regular occurrence at least. I mean, you have to do something with her body first before mopping. Well, I definitely thought he was going to be the murderer, so that's interesting. So is the story going to be the lover, I guess, trying to find her? Because if she's gone now, I mean, I think there's still quite a bit of movie left. Will the cops somehow find her because of this car? Because there were all those people being suspicious of her, and he was there when she swapped, I guess, got a new license plate, so maybe they'll track her down that way? I can't even imagine how many murders, like, people just got away with back in the day because they didn't have the same scientific testing that we have nowadays. DNA and all that, I mean. I feel like it'd be pretty easy to get away with this if you wanted to. Should just toss it away. There's 40 grand gone. Oh no. Yeah, it's gonna have something to do with the cop because they keep showing the license plate. Oh, that 40 grand. Especially back then, 40 grand is, I mean, of course, I should be more upset about Marion, but it needs to be mentioned.
Sam? Lady wants to see you.
That can be the ex-wife.
I'm Marion's sister.
Oh.
Sure, Lila.
She left home on Friday, and I haven't heard from her since.
Let's all talk about Marion, shall we? My name is Arbogast, friend. I'm a private investigator. Your girlfriend stole $40,000.
What are you talking about?
She was supposed to bank it on Friday for her boss, and no one has seen her since.
So are they going to end up at the Bates Motel? Do they have to scoot over the car that way?
You see, I'm looking for a missing person. My name's Arbogast. I'm a private investigator. I've been trying to trace a girl that's been missing for about a week now from Phoenix. She's not in any trouble.
Clarify they're not in trouble.
Look at the picture, please. Sure?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I don't even much bother with guests registering anymore. You know, one by one, you drop the formalities.
It's possible this girl could have registered under another name. Do you mind if I look at your book?
Did she write her actual name in there? Or did she use a fake one?
Marie Samuels. That's an interesting address.
Oh, shit. But he also said he didn't see her based off the photo.
Was she in disguise, by any chance?
Yeah.
Look, I wasn't lying to you, mister.
Oh, I know that. I know you wouldn't lie.
You know, it's tough keeping track of the time around.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
That was too quick of a, oh, yeah.
She arrived rather late one night, and she went straight to sleep and left early the next morning.
Which morning was that?
The next morning, Sunday.
I see.
Confidence is waning.
Well, Mr. Arbogast, I guess that's about it.
I like how the investigator's silence provokes him to keep talking.
If it doesn't gel, it isn't aspic. Again, this ain't gelling. Coming together, something's missing.
Well, I don't know what you could expect me to know. Oh, that must be my mother. She's an invalid. It's practically like living alone.
Well,
and I'm not capable of being fooled, not even by a woman.
Well, this is not a slur on your manhood. I'm sorry.
Let's put it this way. She might have fooled me, but she didn't fool my mother.
Oh.
Can I talk to your mother?
No, as I told you, she's confined. I think I've talked to you all I want to.
Yes, but
I think it'd be much better if you left now. Thanks.
You're not helping yourself, Norman. Now he's got a target right on his back for this. Although he thinks he's gotten away with it, obviously.
Lila, listen. Marion was up here. Yeah, she spent last Saturday night at the Bates Motel. It's right out here on the old highway.
Oh no, is she gonna check in?
Well, this young fella that runs the place said that she just spent the night, left the next day, and that was it. Entirely satisfied. See, this boy had a sick old mother. I think she saw Marion and talked to her.
Doesn't really make sense for him to be divulging all this to Lila when he was suspicious of her. So I'm thinking because they can't get a warrant that they're going to book the first room. Just let yourself into someone's house. Oh my god, that quick! Oh shit! Oh, she's just killing them off quick.
Sam, he said an hour or less.
So now they'll go check in. Oh my god, okay.
How far is the old highway?
You want to go out there, don't you?
I'll stay here.
Why can't I go with you?
I don't know. One of us has to be here in case he's on the way.
I figured they'd go together. Okay, so what is wrong with his mom then, Norman's mom? He's gonna be like, wait, what? Another body to go get rid of.
No Arbogast, no Bates. Only the old lady at home. Maybe he got some definite lead. Maybe he went right on.
Without calling me? Don't you think he'd have called if he had anything at all?
He traced her there and called us to say he was going to question Mrs. Bates.
Norman took a wife?
No, I don't think so. An old woman.
Oh.
His mother.
Did they think she's dead?
He was supposed to come back here and talk to us after he talked to the mother, and he didn't.
Norman Bates's mother has been dead and buried in Green Lawn Cemetery
Yeah.
for the past 10 years.
I wonder why they'd even come up with that story.
Mrs. Bates poisoned this guy she was involved with when she found out he was married, then took a helping to the same stuff herself. If the woman up there is Mrs. Bates, who's that woman buried out in Green
in the
Lawn
grave.
Cemetery?
Please, Mother.
No, I will not hide in the fruit cellar. I'm staying right here. This is my room, and no one will drag me out of it.
They'll come now, Mother. He came after the girl, and now someone will come after him.
So he already took care of the body.
I'll carry you, Mother.
Norman, what do you think you're doing? Don't you touch me! Don't!
But she can walk. She can just leave, can she? I wonder if we ever see her face then. So far it's been purposely hidden.
We better decide what we're going to say or do when we walk in there.
We're going to register as man and wife. We're going to get shown to a cabin. And then we're going to search every inch of the place, inside and out.
I mean, at this point, Norman would be suspicious of like everyone coming by because no one ever does. So the fact that there's been Marion Abergast, if I'm saying that correctly, the sheriff, and now these two.
Sam, we have to go into that cabin and search it, no matter what we're afraid of finding or how much it may hurt.
You think if something happened, it happened there?
I don't know. But if you had a useless business like this motel, what would you need to get out, to get a new business somewhere else?
The $40,000.
$40,000?
Yeah. I mean, we know he didn't take it, but it's a good angle. I love her whole. I love all these outfits. They're so. Oh, I'm jealous. What they could find in there. Oh, I guess the curtain. Or if there's a spot of blood.
Look, some figure has been added to or subtracted from 40,000. That proves Marion was here. Doesn't that prove that he found out about the money?
We simply ask him where he's hidden it.
That old woman, whoever she is, she told Arbogast something. I want her to tell us the same thing.
I don't think you do.
I don't like you going to that house alone.
I can handle a sick old woman.
Based off what's happened so far, I don't know if I'd classify her as like an old woman. Just walking into people's houses. I mean, I understand, like, obviously she knows there's something wrong, but I don't know if I'd jump into someone's house.
Have I been saying something frightening?
I don't know what you've been saying.
I've been talking about your mother.
The, like, anxious finger tap Norman's doing.
Why don't you just get in your car and drive away from here, okay?
Where will you get the money to do that, Bates? Or do you already have it? Socked away.
Shut up!
A lot of it. $40,000.
He's being real on the nose.
Where's that girl you came here with? Where is she?
Oh god, I thought that was... I don't know. Oh, shit. Oh, is she gonna run right into the cellar? No, keep going. She can't die too. Facing a wall, that's disturbing. Oh my god, what? What is happening? What? Wait, is that... Oh my god! What the So his mom really is dead, hanging out in the house, and Norman's been killing people. I did not see that coming whatsoever.
I got the whole story, but not from Norman. I got it from his mother. Norman Bates no longer exists. He only half existed to begin with. And now, the other half has taken over.
Did he kill my sister?
Yes. The private investigator, too. Have you any unsolved missing persons cases on your books? Yes.
Oh, so he could be the result of...
Now, to understand it the way I understood it, hearing it from the mother, that is, from the mother half of Norman's mind.
So he's not Norman anymore, he's his mom.
And for years, the two of them lived as if there was no one else in the world. Then, she met a man. And it seemed to Norman that she threw him over for this man.
And he didn't like that.
Pushed him over the line, and he killed them both. He had to erase the crime, at least in his own mind. He stole her corpse.
That is so gross.
He hid the body in the fruit cellar.
Even treated it to keep it as well as it would keep.
They preserve it.
At times, he could be both personalities, carry on conversations. At other times, the mother half took over completely.
So was it the corpse sitting in the window?
If he felt a strong attraction to any other woman, the mother's side of him would go wild. When he met your sister,
Oh, he was attracted to her.
he was touched by her, aroused by her. He wanted her. That set off the jealous mother, and mother killed the girl.
Oh my God, that's f***ed up.
He tried to be his mother.
That is so weird.
Now he is.
He's completely pushed over, so no more Norman in his eyes.
He feels a little chill. Can I bring him this blanket?
Sure. All right.
Oh God, is he gonna die somehow or something? It's just a strange thing to ask.
It's sad when a mother has to speak the words that condemn her own son, but I couldn't allow them to believe that I would commit murder. I'll just sit here and be quiet, just in case they do suspect me. Let them see what kind of a person I am.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna swat that fly. They'll see and they'll know, and they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Oh my God, that's a creepy angle. Oh, it like morphed into the skeleton. So that was Psycho. I think if you're a big fan of this movie, you might not like my review discussion of this, but I think I have a fair explanation as to why. So I did enjoy the movie overall. However, I think because I had such a different expectation of what this movie was going to be that I did a disservice to it. It wasn't that it was in black and white, because I believe, as I mentioned in the intro, I do watch black and white movies. However, this is the first time I've seen one in this genre. Prior to this one, the oldest horror suspense movie I would have seen was The Evil Dead, which I just watched the other day, which was still like 20 years after this movie. So that aligned more with what I'm used to seeing nowadays in a scary movie. This was still in the vein of it, but still obviously much older. So I did struggle a little bit to put myself in that time frame for how this would be seen to that audience in that day versus the crazy, like, extreme shit that we see today in movies. So I am aware of that. I don't know if bias is the word, but of the difference in how I'm viewing this. So stepping back, I'm trying to be more objective about what it was versus how I felt in the moment watching it. There were things in this movie, though, that I completely didn't expect. The first one being Marion's death. When we start the movie, again, I thought this was going to be like a horror movie straight out the gate. And it took a while for it to get to that point where it's much more of like a mystery suspense feel, which I did enjoy. But again, it just kind of took me off from where I thought we were going with it. But we get this whole setup regarding her taking this 40 grand and running away with it. I think the idea was to go to Sam. I don't know. That was just, unless I maybe missed that explanation, I just figured she was going to go take the money to get him out of debt so they could start a life together. That's where I think it was going anyway. But all that aside, we got such a setup with her relationship with Sam, her experience at work, the creep at work, and then reference to her sister and her mom. So when she ends up dying, what felt like quite early on, but I didn't make note of like the timestamp, so I have no idea. But it felt pretty early on that I was not expecting it whatsoever. And I just kept, I was like, who's going to be the lead? Like, who's driving the story from this point forward? And it makes sense that it ended up being Sam specifically, but then also her sister Lila. The addition of the private investigator, though, that kind of threw me for a loop. But it was interesting because with him, we didn't even need to get much story, history, anything with him because he was dead pretty damn quick after. He had like a couple scenes, I think, and then all of a sudden he's being stabbed to death and falling down the stairs. So he didn't last long in this, but I wouldn't have expected that type of character to anyway. So then when it came to Sam and Lila being left, I started thinking that both of them were going to die and that it was just going to be Norman got away with it because he's in a great position really for that to happen. If he hadn't have been so uncomfortable or sketchy around the private investigator, he could have completely gotten away with it, especially in this time. You know, they don't have DNA testing or the type of technology we have today. So, you know, he's in the middle of nowhere. He's hitting this car in a swamp. No one's going to go in it. It's just like he could have easily gotten away with this, I think. But because of his uneasy responses, it became pretty obvious that he was involved in some capacity. So when it comes time for Sam and Lila, though, to be at the motel, I don't know. I thought for starters that they would be just put into the first room, but I like that they kind of had to sneak around to do it. However, when they left the room that Marion had stayed in, when Norman's standing right there and Sam runs into him, that scared the shit out of me. It completely startled me, but they're so close together talking. And I like how instead of trying to be sly about distracting Norman, he is so on the nose talking to him. Like, it's so suspicious, like right out the gate, the conversation he's having with him. I don't think he was the best choice for distracting Norman. I mean, it worked for a little bit of time, but obviously eventually, you know, Sam gets whacked on the head and he's out, and off Norman goes to the house where Lila, when she ends up in the cellar, and we see the mother's head from behind, you already felt like, okay, it just seems kind of weird. She's just sitting facing a wall. Like, what? Why would you be doing that? When she turns Mama Bates around, the skeleton that she was, I was not expecting the twist that it was actually Norman taking over his mom. I'm sure there's a better way to put that, but you'll know what I mean if you've seen this. So when Lila turns to the entrance to the cellar and there's Norman in a wig and like an old lady's outfit with the knife like ready to go, it took me a second to like take in what was happening, but obviously thankfully Sam was there and no one died. But I was I was not expecting that twist whatsoever, which is cool because in a lot of movies, again, even nowadays, you can spot the twist, whether it be movies or books. They're really easy to spot a lot of the time. This one I didn't expect whatsoever. And I love the explanation later with the psychologist, I think it was, of how Norman really isn't there anymore, that he has taken over the personality of being his mom. And it was such a cool shot, the pan out we're in, I don't know, but of his face where he just has like the smirk and the mother talking about how she wouldn't kill a fly. You know, talking about it now, I feel a little bit differently than maybe how I actually did at the beginning of this discussion. And I did have a few things I wanted to say that weren't directly related to the story itself. That being the lighting, which I really enjoyed. It's funny because I always think of like what these things must have looked like in color. And then I think about how when putting movies together, they'd have to be thinking about outfits and makeup in a more strategic way of how it will show up in black and white versus, you know, if someone's wearing all white outfit. Nowadays, you could do that in a film and it wouldn't matter, but back then it wouldn't work the same way. On that note, though, I want to make a comment about how much I love I guess you call it costuming, but for me, clothing in the 50s, 60s, more so 50s I lean towards, but the skirts and the makeup and everything I love about it. Like even at the beginning, like the bra she's wearing and I just think it's gorgeous. I would own way more of that stuff if it didn't cost so much money. I have a few dresses that I'm obsessed with, but outside of that, like it costs an arm and a leg to buy that kind of stuff, but it's gorgeous nonetheless. The hair, all of it, I love it. And most of you aren't going to give a shit about that, but I needed to put it in here. It wouldn't be a complete discussion on how I felt about the movie if I didn't throw it in there. I also have to tack on, because I forgot, when I saw the Bates Motel sign, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? So I did a quick Google search before I started doing this review here or discussion, whatever. And there is a show called Bates Motel, and I have seen a few episodes. Because while I was watching this, I think it was maybe in the first season, I was watching it with an ex of mine, or boyfriend at the time, I guess. Anyways, doesn't matter. And so I'd seen a few episodes of it and I was like, why does this seem so, like something about it seemed really familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it, but that's why, because it's a show as well. So Bates Motel, I got it. So yeah, I did enjoy the movie, but I don't think I'd recommend it to anyone. And that's primarily because I don't know anyone that would actually watch a black and white movie. So if that weren't the case, I would suggest it to people. But yeah, I don't know anyone that watches black and white movies aside from myself. So I really couldn't suggest it to anyone. But if you are watching this for some reason and haven't seen it, First off, I've already spoiled it for you, so that's not very fun, but I would check it out if you haven't and you are interested in seeing it. So thank you for watching Psycho with me, and I will see you guys next time.